Thank you very much. Mr. Secretary, I really hugely appreciate the President's strong investment in DOL's proposed budget for the wage and hour division. As you know, the federal minimum wage has been frozen since 2009 at the rate of $7.25 per hour. Yet, even at that low rate, some employers are denying their workers that unacceptably low wage, or their overtime, or both. And it really is our job to protect those workers and make sure they are properly paid for their work. But right now, I know the agency does not have the resources to do their job when corporations flout the law. Can you talk a little bit about how the requested increase in wage and hour will allow you to improve the oversight on that?
Yeah, there's no question about it. You know, when I came in here a year ago, March, as the Secretary of Labor, one of the first things I did was looking at the different departments and agencies to see how we're doing with carrying out the work. At that time, you and Congress and Senate had just passed the American Rescue Plan, and the money hadn't quite been diverted yet to the different agencies. And we found that there was a real shortfall in enforcement and in the ability for these different departments, wage and hour and OSHA and other places, to do their job. I don't view wage and hour, OSHA, and MSHA, I'll use those three examples, as just an agency to go out and give corporations in America a hard time. I would love to get to the point where we can do education as well with companies and what it means to pay people forward, but we're not there yet. So what this additional revenue would do would allow us the opportunity to protect more American workers and making sure that workers that are owed money, who did the job, worked for companies, and who are undercut by somebody, that they pay their workers fairly. That's all we're asking for here. So that's kind of what would allow us the opportunity to do more enforcement of workers' rights and making sure. And we're talking about workers who worked the work.
Yeah.
We're not talking about people who didn't do the job. We're talking about people who actually worked the work, did the 30 hours, the 40 hours, the 8 hours, whatever it was, and didn't get paid because their employer decided, I'm not going to pay you.
Right. Okay, thank you. And finally, I just want to talk to you because I'm about our young people who are disconnected from educational and workforce opportunities right now. I know that more than 1 million fewer students are enrolled in college now compared to before the pandemic, and the decline of community college is also really significant. And high school graduation rates decreased in nearly half of all the states this past year, reversing really decades of progress. So work-based learning experiences are really integral to keeping young people connected to their school, and high-quality workforce development programs can help successfully re-engage those young people who have or are considering leaving school before graduation and put them on pathways to success. Talk to us about how you are working to strengthen the links between education and workforce development systems to re-engage these young people.
I'm going to just, for an observation, your relationship with Senator Blunt, we need more of that when we talk about how we're going to move our economy forward, how we're going to move our workforce forward. We need to be collectively working as Democrats and Republicans to really make sure we're making investments in job training, workforce development, apprenticeships. We can look at one side of the aisle, as you just said, people not going to college and dropping out of high school and not having opportunity as a challenge and a difficult and sad challenge for America. But you can also look at the other side of the coin, it's an opportunity. How do we get to those young people? How do we connect them to the workforce development, apprenticeships, job training opportunities that are out there? As I go around this country, I've visited 36 states. I've visited probably 82 cities. I go to community colleges everywhere. And I'm in different neighborhoods. I'm talking to businesses and leaders and what's out there, whether it's Electric Boat in Connecticut or it's Tinker Air Force Base in Oklahoma. These are public, and then private industry. There's so many opportunities out there for people in America. We need to really make sure that we're connecting young people to jobs. And we need to make sure that not just connecting them to jobs, we need to go out and find the young people. We see it in Job Corps. Our Job Corps centers pre-pandemic had 57,000 young people in it, 57,000 people. Today, we have, I think there's 20,000 online, 12,000 in person. We're getting there, but we're not there. We've lost a lot. So we have to be more intentional going out and recruiting and finding young people and finding people to let them know what's available. A lot of people, Senator Schultz talked about online presence. A lot of people, including myself, didn't know that we had American Job Centers in America. I had 2 in the city of Boston. I had no idea they were there. We have to do a better job of explaining what those programs are.
Okay, thank you. Senator Blunt.